They say there's a version of you that's not made of flesh and blood but of starlight, frequency, and divine fire. It doesn't age. It doesn't fear. And it doesn't die. This is your light body, an ancient concept whispered through mystery schools, hidden behind hieroglyphs, and encoded into sacred geometry across temples and timelines. Not a metaphor, not a myth, but a real energetic structure designed to evolve your consciousness beyond the human shell. And here's the secret few are ready to hear. You're not just born with it activated. You have to remember it into being. But how do you awaken something you've forgotten for lifetimes? How do you ignite the divine circuitry lying dormant within your cells? In this video, we begin that journey not by chasing fantasy, but by reconnecting with ancient wisdom that's been suppressed, distorted, or simply dismissed in the modern world. We'll explore the hidden history of the light body, its purpose, and most importantly, the very first steps you must take to begin activating it. This isn't fluff. It's a mapone that sages, mystics, and starborn teachers have passed down in fragments across time. And speaking of ancient wisdom, if you're ready to deepen your spiritual communication and tap into higher realms of intelligence, check out my ebook, 5 Ways to Talk to the Universe and Actually Get an Answer. No BS. It's a practical, no-fluff guide to real metaphysical dialogue available now via the link in the description and bio. Because once you awaken your light body, the universe will start answering back. Long before the word light became a metaphor for wisdom, it was believed to be literal divine essence that formed the true body of gods, ascended masters, and awakened souls. In the ancient temples of Kemetwat, we now call Egypt the light body, was known as the Sahu, one of the many subtle energetic layers of the self. It wasn't just symbolic. To the priests of the Nile, the Sahu was a radiant vehicle, forged through spiritual practice and inner alchemy, that would allow the soul to travel beyond death to the stars, to the Duat, to the source. Meanwhile, in Tibetan Buddhism, the concept of the rainbow body mirrors this idea, where enlightened monks, through decades of meditation and disciplined energy cultivation, were said to dissolve their physical form entirely, leaving behind only hair, nails, and a room full of light. This theme echoes again in Hinduism, with the Merudandathe energetic spine being, the axis through which Kundalini rises and awakens the luminous sheath of the self. In Gnostic texts, it's called the robe of light. In Christian mysticism, it becomes the glorified body. And in alchemy, it's hidden beneath layers of cryptic symbolshet, always pointing to the same truth. There is a body within the body. But over time, this sacred knowledge was fractured. As empires rose and fell, as religions sought control over spirit, and as science divorced itself from soul, the teachings were buried under dogma and discredited as myth. The light body became fantasy, superstition, or worse, heresy, yet the symbols never disappeared. They survived in the stained glass of cathedrals, the mandalas of the East, the sacred diagrams of Da Vinci, and the golden ratios of nature itself. Because truth like light can be refracted but never destroyed. And now, in our age of awakening, these truths are returning not as relics of a forgotten past, but as tools for a luminous future. This is where your journey begins. So what exactly is the light body? Imagine a luminous framework and interdimensional anatomy that exists not above you, but within you. A shimmering lattice of subtle energy channels, or nadis, woven through chakras like spinning gateways of consciousness. It's not something you create from scratch. It's already there, hidden beneath the noise, waiting to be realized. Activating your light body is not about escape. It's about embodiment. It's the process of aligning your physical self with your eternal, infinite self. Think of it as tuning a forgotten instrument. The more finely you align your mind, emotions, and energy field, the more your divine frequency begins to play through your being. At the heart of this process is vibration. Every thought, emotion, intention, every breath sends signals through your energetic matrix. When you hold fear, judgment, or apathy, the system dulls. But when you practice presence, compassion, and inner stillness, something begins to stir. Light moves. Frequencies rise. Perception shifts. Ancient mystics often used the metaphor of a lotus closed tightly in the mud, yet destined to bloom toward the light. Your light body is that blooming. And the first steps are not grand rituals or secret chants, they're remembering who you are beneath the layers of noise you've inherited from the world. Start by asking, what am I feeding my energy field? The books you read, the people you spend time with, the thoughts you entertain, they all leave imprints. And here lies the paradox. Activating your light body is both deeply spiritual and radically practical. You're not trying to float away. You're grounding the divine into the no, becoming a bridge between heaven and earth, soul and skin. But this is just the surface. The deeper you journey into the concept of the light body, the more you realize this isn't about glowing in the dark or levitating above the ground. It's about becoming transparent to truth so that your body, emotions, and thoughts no longer block the divine light within you. Many ancient traditions warned, the path to light begins in shadow. This is why so few walk it. The activation of the light body is not an escape from the world, but a confrontation with everything within you that resists light, your fears, your conditioning, your attachments to form. Just as a diamond forms under pressure, your luminous self is forged through awareness, choice, and inner fire. In esoteric Christianity, the transfiguration of Christus' body shining on the mountain is seen not as a miracle, but a revelation of what's possible when divinity is fully embodied in man. In Taoist alchemy, practitioners speak of refining Jing, essence, into Qi, energy, then into Shen, spirit, and finally into emptiness and energetic transmutation that parallels the light body's emergence. And in the modern age, whispers from near-death experiences, psychedelic journeys, and deep states of meditation all hint at the same mystery, that there is a body behind the body, a form of light and intelligence that watches silently, waiting for you to remember it. But beware of distortion. Today, the light body is often reduced to aesthetic, fluff new age filters over selfies, feel-good affirmations that avoid the real work. True activation is not aestheticits alchemical. It requires discipline, purity of heart, and the willingness to let go of false identities. Because when you start vibrating at a higher level, you don't just see the world differently, the world begins to respond to you differently. Synchronicities increase, time feels fluid, healing accelerates, and guidance from higher realms becomes clear, direct, undeniable. Your perception expands, not from imagination, but from resonance. And this resonance, this divine harmony, isn't something given. It's earned, step by sacred step. Now that we've explored the mystery, let's bring it down to earth. In the next section, I'll walk you through real practices, practical techniques to begin awakening your light body from the inside out. So, how do you begin activating your light body? It doesn't require robes, mantras in forgotten tongues, or climbing to mountaintop temples, though those might help. It begins in the stillest, most intimate place, within your awareness. Here are 5 essential practices to take your first steps on this sacred path. 1. Cultivate inner stillness. The light body responds to presence, not pressure. Start each morning with 10 minutes of breath, awareness. No music, no movement, just you and your breath. Let your mind settle like silt in a river. This stillness becomes the space where light begins to surface. 2. Activate with breath and visualization. Close your eyes. Inhale deeply, and imagine pulling golden light from above your head into your body. On the exhale, spread that light through your spine, your cells, your entire being. Repeat slowly. Let this golden frequency fill your aura. Over time, this simple visualization will reprogram your energetic field to hold more vibrational light. 3. Purify your field. What you consume physically, emotionally, and mentally either supports your light or clouds it. Start small. Limit processed foods, reduce exposure to negative media, and stay mindful of your internal dialogue. The light body thrives on clarity. Think of yourself as a temple. What energies are you allowing through the door? 4. Open the heart center. Your heart is not just an emotion center, it's a gateway. Ancient texts refer to the heart as the seat of the soul, where physical and spiritual energies merge. Practice daily heart coherence. Breathe slowly and focus on gratitude, love, or compassion. This expands your electromagnetic field and attunes you to the frequencies of higher consciousness. 5. Observe synchronicity and dream states. As your light body awakens, so does your connection to symbolic language. Start recording your dreams. Notice patterns in numbers, animals, or messages you receive throughout your day. These are not coincidences. They are reflections of your evolving vibration. The universe is responding to your internal shift. Bonus tip. Speak to your light body. Literally. Before sleep or meditation, whisper, "I am ready to awaken the light within me." You'd be amazed how quickly the subconscious listens when the soul speaks. And remember, progress is subtle. You may not glow overnight, but you will feel a shift. A sense of presence, peace, and deeper knowing. That's the beginning. That's the activation. If you're serious about connecting with higher intelligence, I highly recommend grabbing my ebook, 5 Ways to Talk to the Universe and Actually Get an Answer, No BS. It complements everything we've explored here by giving you clear, practical tools for metaphysical communication. You can find it via the link in the description and bio. The journey of activating your light body isn't about becoming something new. It's about remembering what you've always been. A being of energy, a vessel of frequency, a spark of the divine clothed in matter. From the ancient temples of Egypt to the silent peaks of Tibet, mystics across time knew that the physical body was only the beginning, that buried beneath skin and thought lies a radiant structure, an inner temple waiting to be unveiled. And here's the truth. The light body doesn't turn on like a switch. It awakens gradually, like the morning sun, illuminating one layer at a time, guided by your intention, discipline, and your devotion to truth. This path is not for those seeking instant results. It's for those ready to walk between worlds with feet on the earth and spirit in the stars. So ask yourself, what kind of being are you becoming? What vibration do you carry into the spaces you enter? Are you living as a reactor to the world or a transmitter of light? The first steps are simple but sacred. Stillness, breath, intention, awareness. And over time, the veil thins, the body hums, the universe speaks. And if you're truly ready to open the dialogue with that greater intelligence, don't miss my ebook, 5 Ways to Talk to the Universe and Actually Get an Answer, No BS. It's your next step in turning intuition into conversation and silence into synchronicity. The link is in the description and bio. If this message resonated with you, like, share, and subscribe, because we're just getting started. This isn't the end of a video. It's the beginning of an awakening. Until next time, stay luminous.